Under Rule 9, we will now question witnesses under the 5-minute rule. I'll recognize myself for 5 minutes. Mr. Chupass, your written testimony cites a 2025 study by Capital Group finding that 60% of investors of all ages believe generating a steady income is more important than growing assets. Based on your experience, what features or options do retirement plan participants value the most for converting defined contribution balances to lifetime income?
Great, thank you for the question. And first, I'd like to just thank you and everyone in here on both sides of the aisle for the work done on Secure and Secure 2.0 to lay the groundwork to help Americans with their greatest concern, which is outliving their savings. I think Americans have spent their entire lives accumulating and saving, but to borrow a phrase from our partners at TIAA, ultimately income is the outcome. And in retirement, I believe consumers are seeking the benefits that annuities have, such as predictability, guaranteed stream of lifetime income that you cannot outlive, the longevity protection that comes with that, the downside protection it provides in certain markets, and I believe the flexibility to convert that savings from the 401k, the defined contribution, into an annuity. We'll take the number, which again, a TIA number, that only 18% of consumers are very confident they'll have enough money to last through retirement, and improve that security, boost that number well above 18 as we move forward.
Thank you. Mr. Kaluri, your written testimony states that less than 20% of 401k plans offer participants access to lifetime income options. Even among plans that offer these options, some are simply systematic withdrawals or other options that do not protect against the risk of outliving savings. What is the most important thing that Congress can do in order to encourage 401k plan sponsors to offer lifetime income options that protect against longevity risk?
Chairman Allen, thank you for this important question. The most important action I think Congress can take is to encourage more lifetime income options in the default investment in the plan, QDIAs, and require DC plans to offer what I had called before coupons, qualified payout options. And the reason why I'm saying this is when we are saving for retirement, we have choices. We could invest in a fixed income, we could equities, target date funds, but when we retire, guess what? We get a lump sum. And we've given a very difficult challenge for somebody who's going to retire with a big sum of money and no guidance on what to do. So why don't we provide options when we retire as well, like we do when we save? So we call them coupons. It could be a managed payout, it could be a regular withdrawal, it could be a lifetime income. So let's give them choices in addition to the lump sum with some education. So that would be our proposal.
Yeah. Well, the American people want choice, that's for sure. Mr. Levine, your written testimony notes that there is not widespread adoption of guaranteed lifetime income solutions in 401k plans, and yet there's widespread adoption of lifetime income solutions by your company's 401k plan participants. Your testimony also states that in your view, other employers sponsoring 401k plans may not be offering lifetime income products because of misconceptions. Can you explain what these misconceptions are and how Congress can help correct these misconceptions?
Yeah, thank you, Chairman Allen. The misperceptions or myths that I generally hear from other plan sponsors regarding guaranteed lifetime income are that their participants don't need or want guaranteed lifetime income in their 401k plan. 2, putting guaranteed lifetime income solution increases the plan sponsor's fiduciary risk. 3, guaranteed lifetime income products are too complex, expensive, and restrictive. And 4, guaranteed lifetime income as a default will lock participants into something that they do not want or will hinder their investment performance. I hope my testimony, my oral and the written testimony I've submitted, debunks these myths for you. I think, as I said, a large reason why other sponsors have not adopted is they just don't know a solution like this exists. We've heard everyone talking about the problems of decumulation, running out of money. We've actually found a solution that has an explicit insurance cost, and by making it the default, it puts all the participants into it, and then they have their choice to retain the guaranteed income or do whatever else they want with their accumulated assets.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Levine. Well, my time is up, and I yield back. I now recognize